Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another Fallout video, and in this video we will be judging your commitment to the Fallout series. And the first question I'd like to ask you guys is, how long have you been a Fallout fan? Also comment that if you want. Now I know this doesn't determine how much of a fan you are, but I'm just curious how many new Fallout fans there are, because I know the game's been out for a long time. Like Fallout 1 was even in the 90s, which is crazy when you really think about it. And Fallout 4 was just 2015, but that was the most popular Fallout game, so there's many new players to the series, such as myself. There's actually many good examples of this happening to other mainstream or just popular games. First off, we got Halo, because I am pretty sure that Halo 3 was the biggest Halo, had the biggest launch, just had the most players, whatever. I'm not 100% sure of that, but I'm pretty sure, and I'm sure some hardcore fans would argue that Halo 1 and 2 are better than 3, despite 3 being more popular. And like I said, this happens with many games, also Bioshock. I'm very sure that Bioshock Infinite was the most popular Bioshock in terms of sales. I think he got like 11 or 12 million, and I'm not sure what 1 and 2 have. But I'm sure many would say that 1 is the best game in the franchise, and I'm sure some would say 2 because they like that atmosphere that 1 gives off. So they might say Bioshock 2 is better than Infinite. Another one which is more debatable, GTA. A lot of people would say Grand Theft Auto 5 was the best because it was the most popular. But again, the hardcore fans might say San Andreas or Vice City are the best GTAs, and maybe even Grand Theft Auto 3 because it was the one that started everything. So, Fallout isn't the only victim of not having their best game as their most popular. Usually there's certain trends that happen in video games in terms of sales and what games people buy. But something I feel like I should mention is that all the games I mentioned earlier, for example, when I said Bioshock 1 and 2 might be more praised than the more selling Bioshock Infinite. I'm not saying like the game in this instance, Bioshock Infinite, is a bad game, but the numbers do prove what the popular games are. But usually games that gain their popularity by their third or fourth game specifically, maybe the second, do pretty good. Just think about it. Call of Duty 4 was the first huge COD, even though the first 3 were good. Far Cry 4 was the biggest Far Cry, even though the first 3 were good. Grand Theft Auto 3 was the big breakout GTA because of the open world, even though the first 2, in my opinion, I would consider them good. And Halo 3 was the Halo that took over the world when it came out, even though Halo 1 and 2 are good. You guys see what I mean? Certain trends happen. Now, with those specific games I just used, usually the game that was more popular was usually like a game-changing game for whatever reason. But now think about some games that had a huge debut for their first game, but all their sequels flopped later. First of all, we got Watch Dogs 1 selling a lot, but disappointing so many people that Watch Dogs 2 sells like a third of their first game. Another perfect example is Titanfall, and the reason why this example is perfect is because the first Titanfall was so overhyped. It was overhyped as shit, and it disappointed due to lack of content pretty much. Then a few years later, Titanfall 2 drops, and it improves on a lot of features that the first Titanfall was missing. Unfortunately, Titanfall 2 sold a lot less than Titanfall 1 because, after Titanfall 1, the hype, people start to realize that the hype isn't always real, so they're like, Titanfall 2 will probably suck, or Watch Dogs 2 might suck. Now, the part that sucks with both of these games is they both improve after their overhyped shitty game. Now, I do think if they released a good third entry in each series, now that game would definitely be more popular than the second, because after the first game, they realized they made a mistake, and then in the second game, they improved themselves. So maybe people now understand that that series has potential or whatever, and that it doesn't just suck and it's not overhyped. So people would probably be more likely to buy the third game than the first. I hope you guys are keeping track with all my rambles right now, because I like to ramble on with some of my ideas, so that's exactly what we're gonna do. But like I said earlier, with Watch Dogs and Titanfall, I think many people were burned out from the first game, so they didn't want to buy the second game. But I think most people know that Watch Dogs 2 and Titanfall 2 are much better than their previous game, So maybe when games like Titanfall 3, Watch Dogs 3, Payday 3, Killing Floor 3 came out, they would be more popular than their already successful titles. And I really hope this all comes true, because I feel like what I've been saying is pretty accurate, because everything I have said has happened in the past. So what I'm saying now might sound crazy, but it can happen. Don't be surprised if Bioshock 4 is more popular than Bioshock 1 and Bioshock Infinite. I like making these, types of predictions because the hype is fun. Who doesn't like being a part of hype? When you really think about it, the most fun part when playing a new game is the hype, because everyone else is hyped about it, especially when you've been hyping about it before it came out. That is the best type of hype. Unfortunately, I did not have that hype for Fallout 4, but my hype from Fallout 4 came from Fallout 3, so as long as we all get our own hype, it is all good. But yeah, I know I got my own type of hype for Fallout 4, but for the next Fallout 5, or whatever it may be, I can't wait to hype with everyone about the new Fallout as we get little details. So whenever the next Fallout comes out, I will be so hyped. Even if it's in the Fallout 4 format, I don't even care. I will still get hyped. I wish I was there for the hype of Fallout 4, man. I barely missed it by like 2 years or something. Like, I started playing in like 2016 and the game came out at the end of 2015. So yeah, just about a year. And speaking of all this hype, my favorite hype that I ever had in all of gaming was the old Call of Duty hypes. Like, I used to get hyped back in Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 3, and Black Ops 2, man. The good old COD days. Those were definitely the biggest hypes, like, ever, man. If you were there for those hypes, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you were not, then you think COD is gay and I'm talking some nonsense. But trust me. If you weren't there, the COD hype was real. Like, right now for the World War II COD, I'm kind of hyped for that. I'm not really hyped for COD anymore, but I would like a COD that is good. But it's hard to stay hyped for so long. So, a certain series could only grab you for so long. Right now, RPGs are specifically grabbing me. So, when Elder Scrolls 6 comes out, even though I'm not playing the Elder Scrolls at this moment, I'm just interested in them. So, when the Elder Scrolls 6 comes out, I will be hyped about that. I'll be hyped about the next Fallout. But old games like COD, not ready for that hype anymore. I'll just take the new COD, make sure it's good, and I'll be on my way out. Thank you very much. Actually, speaking of COD, if the new Call of Duty is good, the World War II one, I actually might upload some videos on it, believe it or not. I tried uploading COD way back on another channel that I actually ended up deleting. We're talking way back, like 4 years ago. And then I eventually uploaded some COD on my channel again. Not too much, but, I just decided not to keep the old channel, so I deleted it. But it would be pretty cool to upload some COD again. I can imagine it now, uploading some Fallout, then some COD. Now that's a routine I wouldn't mind getting into. The only problem with that is uploading the gameplay. I mean, I would buy the new COD on my Xbox, so I'd have to use the built-in game DVR on my Xbox to record my gameplay. If you guys know what that is, if you're an Xbox user, you know what the game DVR is, where it's decent quality, but not like perfect YouTube quality. But it's still alright enough to look at over a commentary, so it'd be all good. I'm sure it doesn't look terrible, but it's also not impressive. I haven't used it in a long time on this channel, but maybe it's improved its quality over time. Who knows? But that's far in the future. Right now, I'm focused on uploading Fallout and maybe a few other games in the short future. And speaking of uploading other games, I'm just saying, don't be surprised if I upload some Bioshock for a little bit. I know I only just started playing it as I'm making this video, like I'm halfway through the first game, but I could see myself comparing it to Fallout a lot, so that gives me some video ideas. I'm sure I'll compare Fallout to a lot of games on this channel as I play other games in the future, like the Elder Scrolls games and even the Metro games. I think my channel will mainly revolve around Fallout, but I'll make videos on other games that I play I think that are worth uploading. Like when I've played more Bioshock, expect some videos on that. I'm sure when I get around to Skyrim or maybe Oblivion, I'll upload some videos on those games too. But the main thing I want to make sure is that I'm uploading Fallout or similar games to keep my channel nice and less confusing. It'd be It'd be a nice little community of like maybe some FPS and some RPG and not too much out of that, you know, keep it nice and simple. Because right now, if someone went to my channel, they'd see some recent Fallout videos, and then like a year ago, I uploaded Hearthstone, and my most popular videos are Minecraft from like 4 or 5 years ago. But I just want to be consistent with what I'm doing right now and get a personality for my channel steady. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Sometimes I really like getting into other gaming conversations rather than just Fallout, so I guess in this video, I'm letting you guys, I'm open to uploading other games and not just sticking to Fallout 24/7. I am a gamer and not a Fallout dick rider. Not saying that's a bad thing, Fallout's a great game, it's just not the only game I play, but it is the main game I would like to talk about on this channel. So I just need the time to play these other games, so just chill for a bit and new videos will come out. So depending on how you feel about Fallout, you know, that could be good or bad news. But yeah, guys, leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.